I lost everything today, no website, no email list, no YouTube subscribers, no products, no business, and God asked me to start all over again, I would not make the same mistake that I made the first time. Let me explain. For years, I thought growing a business, meant doing more courses, more logos, more designs, more social media content, more ideas, more hustle. But looking back, I wasn't building business. I was keeping myself busy. So if you're a Christian woman who knows God has called you to build something, but you feel overwhelmed, scattered, or stuck, this is exactly where I would begin. Hi, I'm Angelica, and I help Christian women build peaceful, kingdom-aligned businesses by simplifying the strategy, creating systems, and helping them steward the message God has placed inside of them. And today I want to save you years of frustration, because if I had known these 5 things when I started, I would have reached where I am now much faster and a whole lot more peace. So, lesson 1, stop building everything. Build one person. When I started, I wanted to help everybody. Women, moms, entrepreneurs, ministry leaders, people wanting healing, right? People wanting counseling, businesses, churches, everyone. I'm not Walmart. But when you speak to everyone, no one feels like you're talking to them. Today, I create with one woman in mind. I ask myself, what is she struggling with today? Then I solve that problem. Jesus often ministered to crowds, right? But he stopped for individuals. That's a lesson I wish I would have understood sooner. Did you catch that? The second thing that I want to give you as the lesson is your testimony is your greatest marketing asset. For years, I hid parts of my story. I thought I needed to sound more professional, more polished, more successful. But people don't connect to perfection because they're in the midst of their problems, right? So they connect with honesty. And your story, your story is proof that God transforms lives. Like that's his living, working power inside of you. So it's not perfect. Like we go from glory to glory, right? We're still 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, a day at a time, walking with the Lord. Your testimony isn't something to hide. It's something to steward. That's when things changed for me. So lesson 3 I would give you is build systems before you need them. Now, one of the biggest mistakes I made was creating content every day instead of creating the process. Okay, so now I think differently because I realized what it was about and how to work through that. So one YouTube video becomes a blog, which becomes an email, which becomes an Instagram post, which becomes a Pinterest pin, and which becomes a podcast content. And then I'm no longer creating more. I'm multiplying what I've already created. I'm just packaging it in different forms, right? So it's like they're still dry erase markers, right? One's purple, one's blue. They still write, they still do, they still get the message across, but one is purple, one is blue. Now, the reason I want to say it like this is because once you get to the point of multiplication and you're multiplying what you already have, that's stewardship. And that's the reason why building systems is so important, because lesson 4 is don't chase followers. Okay. If you look at my YouTube channel now, I didn't chase followers. I simply just shared my testimony, shared what I was learning and growing through and doing. And then I started helping others because I found a system that worked, and I built the system and I was like, I want to test it with 3 people. So I did. So don't chase followers, build authority. I used to celebrate views. Not going to lie, I did. But now I celebrate trust. Like, one of the biggest things I love is hearing from a client of mine and them saying, I I could not talk to them for like 3 months. And then I watched their live and I'm like, hey girl, I would love to help you with this. I see that you said this, and this about what you're dealing with in your business. And I know I can help you with this. Here's the breakdown of how I do it. And here are the clients that I've helped work through this very same thing. I just want to make sure that your content gets out. And they're like, yeah, I trust you. I know you. Like, we've built that. Okay. So because followers don't build businesses, authority does. So they know that I walk in a level of authority with integrity and getting the work done, right? And communication, like communicating what's going on, the systems, the processes, how this works. So I want you to ask yourself, if someone discovered your channel today, would they immediately know who you help, what problem you solve, what they should listen to? Because clarity builds authority. So this is the 5th one. Hello. That's called a natural transition. Okay. Just a little editing tip for you. Just kidding. So lesson 5 is going to be build slower than you think you should. So this one has probably been the hardest lesson for me because I get the idea. I know the systems. I have everything packaged. I know how to do it. I can upload a YouTube video with recording this in 10 minutes, editing, doing everything that I do. I can do it in an hour, less than sometimes, depending on the type of video that I'm working on. And so the one that has been the hardest, probably the hardest lesson for me, was because I always felt behind because I wasn't able to get things done. And then I built these systems. And so I had the mindset of an old mindset in a new wineskin, and that doesn't work, right? So God has been teaching me something, that fruit grows. And so it's not manufactured overnight. It's slow cooked, right? It's the ribs that you're preparing to take to the cookout. You're marinating them before you put them on the grill, right? So every season has roots, and before it has fruit, it has roots. And if you're in a season now that feels slow or stagnant, don't confuse slow with being stagnant. Make sure you understand the two of them, because sometimes God is strengthening your foundation, your roots. So the calling you carry, it has more weight. Okay. So I want you to think of, it's got to build the branches and it's got to make the roots very strong. Because when you bear fruit, the fruit is going to get heavy and it's going to hang, right? So you want to make sure that fruit doesn't snap those roots or those branches, because then you won't be able to produce again on that. So allow God to beef you up in the spirit, right? Allow him to prepare you for that. So in summary of all of this, I know this was a lot, but if I had to summarize everything in one sentence, it would simply be this: stop trying to build a business, start stewarding the assignment that God has given you. Simple. Businesses come and go, right? You can, all the big wigs and everybody, Fortune 500 and all of that, people have started and stopped, but algorithms change and platforms change. And the thing you need to understand is that faithful stewardship never goes out of style. Okay. So I'd love to hear from you. What's one lesson that you learned while building a faith-based business? Or if you're just getting started, watch the previous videos that I've posted to give you some kind of like background of who I am and all of that great stuff. But what 5 of these points challenged you? Leave it in the comments below, because I read every single one. I manage this page and do it all by myself. I use tools and everything. I know my husband peeps in and out and all that great stuff, but I just want you to know that it's possible and that you can do it. I mean, I'm, no makeup here, talking to you, drinking my water. You can do this, okay? So if this video, if it encouraged you, okay, to start, please subscribe. Just subscribe, okay? Every week I share practical strategies, biblical encouragement, and simple systems to help Christian women build peaceful businesses that glorify God without sacrificing what matters most. I'll see you in the next video. God willing. God bless you.